initial reaction when you began to pick up some of the red flags in this latest report?
Well, thank you. And let me begin by thanking Mr. Murtala for giving that very beautiful background to all this. And that has really kind of softened my stance, because technically, this report that we are going to discuss has not really gone through all the processes.
Yes.
So, which means that people who are accused of misappropriating or causing some irregularities haven't had the chance to really explain before Parliament. So we have to be cautious how I think we deal with this. Having said that, certainly we are all very much concerned that over the years, these reports come out and we read staggering figures of amounts that have been mishandled by public officials. And what Mr. Murtala said, that is quite pleasing to me, is the new resolve of Parliament to really begin to focus on this and making sure that the processes for accountability are effective. Because I believe strongly that this is coming every year only because there is no system to hold these public officials accountable. Systems may be there, but they are not enforced. And therefore, every year, we come out with these reports and nothing happens. So certainly, I'm concerned, like any other citizen of this country, that our resources are being poorly managed, poorly applied. And I think it's better we find a way to stop this as soon as possible.
Prof, you're very familiar with these terms, that corruption is as old as Adam and Eve. Is that applicable in this case?
Yeah, it's been said by one of our former presidents.
Right.
I know where you're coming from.
Right.
You see, I have a strong sense that in this country, what I may call the political and bureaucratic elite seems to have captured the state. And these people tend to have very strong sense of entitlement. That is to say that public officials seem to believe that they're entitled to kind of a privileged living in this country. And therefore, they tend to shirk their responsibility for effective supervision, their responsibility for holding their subordinates accountable, and on and on and on. So that in the end, we come out short of expectations in terms of people who have been entrusted with the affairs of this country, how they've been managing our fiscal affairs. So basically, it's a problem of governance in the fiscal area, fiscal governance at all levels. I think latest reports are indicating that, I think he said so, right, that even at the local level, if you look at the local assemblies, billions of cedis. I read today about 2.5 billion cedis that are not fully accounted for. Of course, across the state institutions, you find this happening all the time. So I think there's a complete breakdown of accountability at all these levels. And they are broken down because nobody is bringing people to book. So I'm happy that at least according to Mr. Murtala,
right,
new efforts are being made to ensure that all the way to the Attorney General, he will question as to why they are not taking the necessary steps to ensure people account for their stewardship.